Hi there, it's Mr. Clark. Welcome to lesson 10.4.2 on ternary form. We talked about binary form in the previous lesson, which had two parts because binary. Now we're talking about ternary, which means it has three parts. You might think that those three parts would be labeled A, B, and C. You would be wrong. In fact, we are going to call them A, B, A, or A prime, depending on how similar or different it is. So your first A section typically ends on tonic. B is usually in a contrasting key, usually closely related, and it may be harmonically closed. It could be sectional, or it could be harmonically open continuous leading back to the A section. Final A section might be exactly the same as the first. We'd call it A again in that case, or it might be slightly different, A prime. Each section could be repeated, but usually they're not. So a very simple example you all know as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or the ABCs, or Ba Ba Black Sheep. That's our A section. It's harmonically closed because it ends on tonic. And then do 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 do. So this is kind of in five, in the key of five, so to speak. And then we go back to so here this is exactly the same, so we just call it A. There are no repetitions of these individual sections, it just goes from one to the next. So it's not, B isn't really in a contrasting key, but it does end on 5-7, which makes it continuous, leading back to our final A section. If we wanted to call this final section A prime, it would have to be slightly different. So here I've modified it. So just making it a little bit different, a little bit ornamented. The big thing you're going to run into is, well, if we think about a rounded binary form, well, that was A, and then B A prime, and then ternary is A, B, and then it could be A prime. So how do you tell these apart? So these are some criteria that will help you distinguish whether you're working with a rounded binary form or a ternary form. In ternary form, B section tends to be more stable in a contrasting key. In a binary form, B tends to be more like a sequence, tends to modulate, not really stay in a key that much. So if B is more stable, that probably means it's ternary. In ternary form, the B section tends to have more contrast. In addition to key, it often differentiates itself with very different thematic material, different rhythmic profile, different meter, tempo, articulation, or dynamics. So the more different it is, the more likely it is to be ternary. In ternary form, B section tends to be longer, balancing the length of the A section. So in all of the binary forms we looked at, the length of A and the length of your BA were about the same, if not exactly the same. Here, A, B, A prime are all the same length. So it really feels like it has three balanced sections. Then if there are repeats, that's kind of your smoking gun here. In ternary form, sections may be repeated individually, your first A section or your B section and or your A prime section. But if you see B and A prime repeated together, then that's your dead giveaway that it must be rounded binary. Ternary will never repeat multiple sections together. It's also possible that you'll run across a legitimately ambiguous piece. This is exciting because then you get to make an argument and there's no chance that you're wrong. You just get to have opinions and explain why you have those opinions, and that's what music theory is about. So I'm gonna set you loose, check out some examples of ternary form, and have fun analyzing.